Hi everyone, it's Miss Amy from Camden Public Library, and today we are going to make faux leather. And I absolutely love this, and I have to give props out to Pam at the Paper Outpost for this absolutely wonderful idea. I love this. So what you need to have is some brown paper bags. The thicker brown paper bags are the best. Some ink pads. You can use markers if you don't have ink pad, that will work. You need to have a little spritzer with some water, and then you want to have just a little bit of hair conditioner. Any brand works. So what you're going to do, and this is a booklet that I have made. I made 2 signatures, put them in, and I used this faux leather, and it is super soft and supple and feels just like leather. And it is literally a repurposed and distressed piece of paper. Brown paper bag. So let's get started. So here is the brown paper bag, and I'm just going to start crinkling it up like this so that I get creases. You can crinkle it as much as you want or as little as you want to make this faux leather paper. I have a small enough piece to make a booklet, but you could do a huge, large piece. That would work. I'm going to crinkle it into a ball and open it up. Okay, so if I'm using markers, I decided, so I didn't have, the first time I did this, I did not have a stamp pad. So I used a marker, and I just kind of colored on the high spots like this to distress this, this ink. Or distress this piece of paper. So markers work. You do not have to have an ink pad, but it's great to use an ink pad. Okay, so there's some, I'm going to get some more. I'm going to do it while it's wrinkled up with the marker because it's just easier, because it shows the little pieces and the crinkles and stuff. So I'm going to use a couple different colors. So now what I'm going to do is now I'm going to use a black, and I'm going to do some distressing in here like this, just pulling it along, and it's getting onto the high spots like that. You can do as little or as much as you want. That is totally up to you. Like that. I'm going to put a little bit of green in here. This is a green pad. Put a little bit of greens in there. So I've got some browns and some greens, and I don't want too much. But that's totally up to you. Okay, then I'm going to take my spritzer bottle. So I've got that all on there. I'm going to spritz it just a little bit to get it damp, like this. And then I'm going to smooth it out. And yes, your hands get dirty, and it is straining out. I'm flattening it out. It is just getting nice and smooth. And then what I'm going to do, this is where the conditioner comes in. I'm going to take a little bit of conditioner, and I'm just going to start spreading it all over my whole piece of paper. And it's changing the texture, or changing the fibers. It's loosening them up and making them soft, so that it makes the paper, and I'm gonna smush it like this. I'm gonna smush it careful, and I'm gonna make sure that I don't poke a hole in it. I'm gonna open it back up. Yep, see, I've ripped it. I ripped it. There was a big rip in it before, but there is a couple of rips in it, but that's okay. So you just want to be careful. And then so I can touch that up after. And that's okay. You can use it for collage too if you rip part of it, or you can use it for paper. Okay, so there you have it. And then you're just going to let it dry. You can do both sides so that all of it gets like smooth. You can see where it is still dry. You want all of it damp. So I'm just gonna smooth that out, get that right in there so you can see that it's getting into the fibers of the paper. And that's okay that it is smushed there. Okay, so now it's in the fibers on both sides, and I am now going to just let this dry. And you can see I ripped that one, and that's okay. Whoa, I'm ripping it a lot. Probably got too much water on it. Okay, so I'm just gonna let that dry. And you can see that this is one that I did earlier, and it is really starting to dry. There's a lot of ink on this one, and this one has less ink, and you can see how supple it is, how soft it is. It really feels like leather. It does not feel all crinkly like this, which was the original piece of paper, which is so cool. And then you can turn it into a book. And I have made a spine and reinforced it on the inside. I sewed in 2 little signatures, and then I used some of the distressed paper or faux leather as my end papers. And it's super soft, feels leathery, and has an amazing look to it. So I hope you guys try this out, and thanks again to Pam at the Paper Outpost. And who knew that conditioner would totally change and repurpose a piece of paper into an amazing piece of artwork that we can use. Thanks.